This
out of
conference will now be recorded.
out of which I'm having around 6 years of Oracle Fusion human capital management experience. Prior to that, I worked on some other EBS modules like EBS HR as well as some financial modules also. But most of the time, I used to work on EBS HR modules along with that in Fusion modules itself. Okay, that's about my career. Let me go for the course content and everything. As today's demos class, as today is a demo class, I will just talk about what all the things what all the things I will cover in my entire course. I mean, in the next 45 days or 2 months, what I will talk about, those things I will cover today. And I'll give a brief description how to create a user in Oracle Fusion HCM. Okay, the basic thing how to create a user, it should be known to everybody, and how to create a user and what are the type of security used in Fusion that I will talk today. The type of security used in Fusion, RBAC model, role-based access security model, that I will talk today, and what are the types of roles. Those are all things I will give a bit explanation today. Okay, coming to Fusion, what is the necessity of inventing Fusion if you're having a well-developed EBS platform? The only reason why you created Fusion is in order to get the data retrieving should be faster. The data retrieving should be faster. At the same time, the data quality should be also very good. The basic reason why you invented for Fusion is the data retrieving should be faster. For example, if you run the payroll by using Oracle EBS HRMS or PeopleSoft, whatever the software we are having around some 3-4 years back, uh, if you want to run the payroll for the company having some 40,000 employees or 50,000 employees, it takes a day at all. Okay, it takes a whole lot of day. By using Fusion HCM, if a company is having 40,000 employees, if you're running the payroll process completion will complete in 3 or 4 hours. The data, sending of data, retrieving of data, and sending the data to the concerned employees of the company will be completed in 3 or 4 hours span. Okay, that is one of the biggest achievement that with the help of Fusion HCM. And what are all the different things? What are all the major features which are available in Fusion? I'll talk about that. Let me cover first what is the innovation for Fusion. And other topic which you are going to cover is what are the different types of flavors in Fusion, what is on-premise and what is cloud solution, and what are the uses of between these on-premise and what is the difference between cloud and on-premise, and which is the best and what is the most used type of flavor in with respect to Fusion HCM, and what are the different releases happen in Fusion and what is the new release happen in Fusion, and how will you do the naming convention whenever a new release was happened. Those all things will be talked in with respect to Fusion environment releases, and what are the different SaaS cloud offerings. Cloud offerings are nothing but, I'll talk about those things in detail, but just giving a high level information. What are the cloud offerings? If the people who are in this particular meeting are aware of EBS, Oracle EBS, there in
Yes,
Oracle
sir.
EBS
Share the screen.
module. I'm not sharing any screen. I'm sorry
Okay.
for that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have to share actually. Screen sharing is not available for me to share the screen. Can you please give the access to me? Yeah, see here, I just talked about the few things like everybody are able to see my screen, right? Who are available in the meeting. Can you please respond? Somebody please respond to me that you are available, able to see
Yes,
screen.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
fine. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. See, I just talked about the reason why you invented for Fusion, and I will talk about the different types of cloud flavors, Fusion flavors, on-premise versus cloud solution, and I will talk about Fusion environment releases. What are the different releases happened till today, and uh, and what is the release happen in the next 15-20 days. I'll talk about everything in detail. What are the different types of cloud offerings? If the people are already working in EBS HRMS or EBS background, they will call as modules. For example, EBS HR module, financial module, GL module, something like that. They will call as module. Okay, but in this, I am getting some noise from somebody. Can you please mute yourself? She ready. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and here we call it as offerings instead of module. We'll call it as offering. That's the basic difference. Anyway, I'll talk about all the naming conventions with respect to module, with respect to responsibility. I'll talk everything in detail. But let me give you an overview. Fusion HCM Cloud overview. I'll talk about these things. And what are the modules covered under this course? I'll talk about that. Benefits in adapting Fusion ERP cloud solution by customer. What are all the different benefits that adapting cloud instead of other primitive EBS technologies? Let me go for the next thing. I talked about what is the basic the reason for inventing fusion. I talked about already, and how we developed fusion. We have taken all the best in breed from different technologies, and we have incorporated in fusion HCM, in fusion technology. Okay, the basic thing, you know that Oracle ERP is best in breed for implementing financials. Okay, and even JD Edwards is best in breed in implementing financials and procurement. Okay, Fusion has acquired those two things from Oracle ERP as well as from JD Edwards, and that was incorporated into Oracle Fusion HCM as well as in Oracle. We are having Oracle Financials, Oracle Human Capital Management, Oracle Procurement, and Oracle. So many other modules, so many other offerings are there in Oracle Fusion. Okay, I'll talk about those things in detail going forward. And you know that HRMS is one of the best in breed technology in order to implement HR related things in past around some 10 years ago. PeopleSoft is one of the best in breed which implements HRMS. That was acquired by Oracle, and Oracle has implemented Oracle Fusion HCM. And Hyperion is very good tool in order for reporting. Okay, and even we have taken the technology which was implemented by Hyperion, that was implemented in Oracle Fusion. Now we are having different reporting tools like BA reporting, and other thing is OTBA reporting. Those all things are there in Oracle Fusion HCM. I'll talk about those things in detail. And other thing is e-business suite, which is a best in breed technology for financials. I talked about all these things. Oracle has acquired all these companies, which is a parent company. E-business suite is a Oracle related software, and all others, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Sibyl CRM, Hyperion. These all technologies were acquired by Oracle, and they have implemented the best in breed features from those technologies into Oracle Fusion HCM. Okay, this is how developed by Oracle. This is how the methodology followed by Oracle. Okay, the people, all the people are aware that Oracle used to bought the technologies which are in good mode. Okay. And I already said there are two flavors of Oracle Fusion. One is cloud, another is on-premise. I'll just let you know what's the basic difference between on-premise and cloud. Okay, let me talk about what is cloud. Okay, cloud is nothing but Oracle will create your enterprise structure, and they'll give the URL and username and password. Okay, first they will create an enterprise structure, they will create the URL, and for that URL they will give the username and password. Okay, and we have to log in using this username and password, and we have to develop your application as per the requirement for the client. Okay, there will be client, there will be client is nothing but for whom we are going to implement the application. Okay, something like, let's take an example, Reliance is the client. Okay, and the company who is going to implement the Reliance, the application for Reliance is something like some Cognizant or Infosys. Okay, okay, and the Infosys is going to use the application created by Oracle. There are three companies totally. Oracle is the company which will provide, and Infosys is the company which is going to use the software provided by Oracle, and Infosys is the company which is going to implement the application for Reliance. Okay. You understand, right? Everybody is understanding, right? If somebody has having any question, please let me know. Please stop me and let me know. No issues. Okay. Here there are totally three companies. Oracle is the company which is going to provide the software, and Infosys is the company who's going to use the software in order to implement the way the Reliance want. And the Reliance needs the application. Reliance is the end user. Okay. Infosys the client, and Reliance is the end user, and Oracle is the provider who is providing the software. Okay, Oracle will provide the username, password, and URL, and Reliance will use that, and Infosys will configure that particular application for Reliance. Okay, you understand? These are the three things which will be there in real time. Okay. Out of this, what is cloud? In cloud, we will be having URL, we will be having username and password. We will be using this your username and password in order to log in into this URL. Once you are able to log in into that URL, then Infosys is going to implement the application as the way the Reliance wants. Okay, that is nothing but cloud. All the DBA related activities, maintenance, patches, and everything will be taken care by Oracle itself. Okay. Once the software was given handover to Reliance, Reliance will not take care of any maintaining the database. Oracle will take care about the maintenance of the application for Reliance. Okay. Once the part of Infosys is completed, after handovering the application to the Reliance, Infosys part is completed. Once the development part was completed, Infosys is not at all there in the picture. Then Oracle and Reliance will be in the picture. Whatever the DBA activities, maintenance, some spelling mistakes might be there. Please don't consider. And patches, upgrades, refresh. So all the activities will be taken care by Oracle for Reliance. Okay, nothing will be taken care by Oracle. Nothing will be taken care by Reliance. That is nothing but cloud. Okay. If it is on-premise, I'm getting some background noise. Please don't mind. Please mute yourself. Yeah, fine. Thank you. Yeah, coming to on-premise, the three things are common. The companies are common. Okay, Reliance and Oracle. There might be Reliance may take the support of some other company or may directly approach to Oracle in order to implement the application for them. Okay, let it be there is no third party company. There are only two companies involved. Oracle, Reliance may approach Oracle in order to implement the application. If Reliance approached the Oracle, what will happen is once the application development is completed, Reliance has to take care of DBA activities. Okay, Reliance has to hire some persons in order to take care of DBA activities, in order to do some maintenance, patches, whatever the DBA activities, all the DBA activities has to be taken care by Reliance itself. But Oracle will provide the support to do that. But Reliance has to hire some people and in order to maintain the DBA activities, in order to do the maintenance. Here in on-premise, the server and the missions, everything will be there with the Reliance itself. But in the case of cloud, the server related things, everything will be the Oracle. Okay, the server and the clutches and everything will be the Oracle itself. Whereas in on-premise model, the server, the clutches and everything with the Reliance itself. The DBA related activities will be taken care by even with Reliance only. But Oracle will provide the support to Reliance. Okay, that's the basic difference between cloud and Reliance. In cloud, everything will be taken care by Oracle, and the DBA activities, the maintenance, the headaches, the patches, the refreshes, and the upgrades will be taken care by Oracle itself. Only the application will be used by the Reliance. Okay, whereas in on-premise, the Reliance has to take care of the maintenance, whatever the application patches, upgrades has to be taken care of the Reliance itself, but Oracle will provide the support. It is something like the EBS itself, but the data retrieving part and automation is more when compared with Oracle EBS. Okay, in Oracle Fusion HCM, the automations are more when compared with Oracle EBS. That's the basic difference between cloud and on-premise model. If you are having any questions, please let me know. I'll try to explain it one more time. And going back to the PPT, we are having these things. We are, as I already said, that what is cloud and what is on-premise model. Coming to cloud, there is only two things. There is only one particular flavor. SaaS is nothing but software as a service, is a cloud type of flavor. SaaS. is nothing but software as a service. Here, the application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, servers, and storage will be taken care by the client itself. That is nothing but Oracle will take care of everything, and the application will be given by the Reliance. Reliance will use it. There are three types of other two types of things are there for Oracle Fusion. One is PaaS and other one is IaaS. PaaS is nothing but platform as a service, and in PaaS model, these two things will be taken care by Reliance, where the all other things will be taken care by Oracle. The application will be provided by Oracle to Reliance, and the data will be there. The data access to the data will be there to the Reliance itself. I mean, if they want to create any package, if they want to create any function or procedure, they can create in the PaaS application. But if they want to create a function or a package or a table in the SaaS application, it's not possible by the Reliance people. Whatever they want to, if they want to create, they need to request for Oracle. We should have this feature. For getting this feature, we need to create a table. Can you please create a table? They have to. The Reliance people have to request for Oracle. Then they might create for the client. Okay, PaaS model is something like EBS type like architecture, in which you can create a table, in which you create a function or procedure, and there will be more level of customization in PaaS type of model, and this will come under on-premise model, whereas SaaS is something like cloud model. PaaS is an on-premise model, and IaaS is also an on-premise model. IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Here, the entire infrastructure is with the Reliance itself, is with the client itself. Okay. Here, my application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, and everything is with the is with the client itself. Nothing but Reliance, as per our example. And as of now, there are three types of flavors in Oracle Fusion HCM. One is SaaS, another one is PaaS, another one is IaaS. Is nothing but infrastructure as a service. And nothing great to talk about these things. We just need to know what are the different flavors which are there in Oracle Fusion HCM. These are the three flavors available as of now. Coming to releases, we are having as of now the latest version is release 13. This is an older slide. That's the reason it's saying as release all. The latest version is release all, and that we can name as release 13 update 20A. It should be named in this manner. That's the reason I'm writing here 20A. What this name indicates is, if it is 20, it means that the release year is 2020. Okay, and A is nothing but it is the first quadrant. That's the reason it is 20A. If it is going for second quadrant, then it is 20B. If it is going for third quadrant, it is 20C, and it is 20D obviously for fourth quadrant. There will be four quadrants. That is, quadrant is nothing but if it is released from Jan to March, it is first quadrant. If it is released from April to July, it is second quadrant, and in the same way from August to September, August to October, sorry, it is third quadrant. The same way fourth quadrant is November to December. Okay, if it depending upon the month of release, this A or B or C will come into picture, and depending upon the year, this 20 is nothing but the release happened in that year, in which year the release was happened, and the previous release is R13 update 19D. It's nothing but the release was happened in the month of October, November, or December in the year 2019. Okay, this indicates the year and this indicates the quadrant. Okay, as of now, I will open one client instance. I already opened into the instance. I already logged into the instance. That's the reason it came directly. The URL is this, and I already logged in using some username and password. If you see here, applications help. Sorry, you need to create about this application. Actually, it takes a bit time. Please wait. See, we are in 19D. This is even though we are in first quadrant, my client doesn't upgrade it to the next version. As of now, the newest release is release 13, update 20A. Okay, as of now, we are 19. We are using 19D version, but the newest release is 20A version. Okay. Anyway, we are going to use 19D or 20A. The newest release. I mean, most probably we'll be using 20A in our entire training. Once if you're going to talk about the classes in the real time classes, we will be using 20A application itself. Okay, and let me go for the slide again. And this first release was happened in the year 2010, and but it came into the open market in the year 2011. That is the reason they have started with 11.1.1.5.1. Okay, since that release was came into the open market in the year 2011, they have started with 11, and the newest release is release 13 update 20A. Okay, and 20 is nothing but the year which was released, and the A is nothing but it was released in the first quadrant. If it is released in the Jan to March area, it will be A. If it is released in April to July, it will be B, something like that. Okay, coming to the slide, as I already said that we are having different offerings. What are all different offerings? I already said that offering is nothing but module with respect to Oracle EBS. We are having different modules or different offerings. What are the different modules or different offerings are? Financial management, human capital management, supply chain management, product portfolio management, procurement, customer relationship management. These are all the modules, these are all the offerings available in Oracle Fusion. Along with these, recently iRecruitment also came into picture along with these modules. Along with these offerings, Oracle iRecruitment Fusion also came into picture. Okay, I'll talk about iRecruitment a little bit afterwards, but as of now, coming to human capital management, what are all the modules? What are all the modules inside human capital management you are going to cover? See here, we'll cover global HR, we'll cover global payroll, we'll cover talent management. Okay, we are not going to cover compensations or any other things. Let me talk a high level thing. Let me talk about in brief about the human capital management modules. Human capital management, I already said that we are having four parts. One is workforce deployment, another one is workforce development, another one is compensation management, another one is span business processes. What is span business processes is nothing but it's common for all the modules. That's the reason that was created separately, which is common for all the modules. That is nothing but span business processes. First formulas are common for all the modules. Profile management is common for all the modules, and workforce directory management is common for all the modules. In order to implement payroll, in order to implement time and labor, we should have workforce directory. We should have workforce information. We should have employee information. That's the reason it will come into the common area. And in order to implement payroll, or in order to implement absence management, or in order to implement payroll, whatever global HR, fast formulas are mandatory. We might use fast formulas for calculating some different calculations. So there might be some custom calculations might be there. For that, we'll be using fast formulas. And profile management should also be common for all the modules. That's the reason this span business process includes these three modules. I'm just talking about span business process in start. I'll talk about all these things in detail. Fast formula, profile management, workforce directory management, these are all span business processes which are common to all the modules. Coming to workforce deployment, what are all the mandatory things in order to deploy the workforce? First of all, this particular module, this particular offering will talk about what are all the common things, what are all the modules required to deploy the workforce. One is global HR. Global HR is nothing but this is the module which talk about the entire human resources related data. What is the job of a particular employee? What is the location of the particular employee? What is the department of the particular employee? What is the grade of the particular employee? What are all the assignments assigned to a particular employee? Whether he is an employee, whether he is a contractor worker, whether he is a pending worker, whether he is a uh, uh, temporary worker, or we will talk about HR related things. Okay, something like we'll talk about the information related to the employee. Okay, in global HR, we will deal with the information related to employee, and I will let you know the entire setups. Along with the information related to employee, we will talk about the information related to the organization or company. What is the highest level of organization? What will come under enterprise? Under enterprise, we'll be having legal entities, we'll be having business units, we'll be having divisions in different areas. I'll talk about those things in detail going forward. We'll talk about employee related information, organization related information, work status related information in global human resources. Coming to global payroll, we'll talk about what are the different types of payrolls for a particular company maybe having it. If the company is operating in different countries, that company will be having different payrolls. For example, if you consider US, there will be three types of payrolls for US itself. One is weekly payroll, bi-weekly payroll, semi-monthly payroll. If you consider India, there could be most of the companies will be having monthly payroll itself. Okay, depending upon the type of legislation or country, we'll be having different types of payrolls and localizations. Okay, we'll talk about each and every setup with respect to payroll, and we will run the payroll for a group of employees, for individual employee, and we can run the payroll for the entire organization at one go. And there is something like global payroll interface. I'll talk about this global payroll interface going forward, but as of now, I'm just leaving it. Why? Because there is a special detailed slide about global payroll interface. Okay, global payroll is different. Global payroll interface is different. I'll talk about these things. Global payroll is nothing but Oracle itself will implement the payroll and run the payroll for all the employees of the organization. Global payroll is nothing but Oracle will give the support to the for smooth running of the payroll, but it will not implement the payroll. I'll talk about this in detail going forward. Okay, and coming to absence management, we'll be having different setups with respect to absence management. We'll be having vacation pays, we'll be having vacation type of absence, we'll be having sick type of absence, we'll be having different types of absences in your company. Okay, we will configure all those things. We will create absence types, we will create absence plans, we will create absence certifications, we will create absence reasons. There are some 6 or 7 types of setups will be there with respect to absence management. We'll talk everything in detail going forward. Coming to time and labor, we are not going to touch time and labor. Why? Because time and labor is an exclusive module. Time and labor itself is having so many other configurations. It will be having some 25 to 30 plus configurations, major configurations. We need to create repeating periods, we need to create time card attributes, we need to create time card sets, we need to create time card layouts. There are so many types of setups will be there in time and labor. We have to, after creating all those things, we need to keep those time card attributes, time card layouts and everything in particular layout. It's a time taking process. The time and labor module itself will take some 15-20 days. That's the reason I'm not going to cover time and labor module in this particular class, but we'll cover global human resources, global payroll and absence management. Along with that, we'll be covering workforce development also. Okay, that's a different part. Okay, absence management, time and labor. In time and labor, we will maintain the attendance sheet of a particular employee, where we'll configure in that particular sheet attendance. In the particular attendance sheet, we'll be having different time card attributes, whether he is working in a particular single project or he is working in multiple projects, whether he is working overtime or whether he is working in regular hours. Those all things will be configured under one time card layout, and that can be used in time and labor configurations. Okay, and workforce predictions and workforce management is nothing but global HR related activities. It will come under global human resources. I'll talk about those things in detail. Coming for workforce development, this is workforce deployment is nothing but the modules which cover in order to deploy the workers, in order to employ the workers, workforce deployment modules will take care. Whereas workforce development will take care about the development of the workers. What we need to do to develop the workers? We need to see the talent review of the workers. We need to scrutinize the talent performance of the workers. We need to see the performance of the worker on quarterly basis. We need to see the performance of the worker maybe on yearly basis. Depending upon the company's application setup, it might be quarterly, it might be yearly, depending upon the company setup. That's a different thing. Coming to workforce development, we are having 4 things. One is talent review, performance management, goal management, succession management. Performance management, we'll be creating talent profiles, talent ratings. We will be creating so many other setups. We'll talk about these things in detail when I'm talking about these modules. Okay, and we're not going to touch compensation management. If it is needed, if anybody wants to know about time and labor and benefits, we can come. You can join another class. But as per this class, we'll talk about global human resources, global payroll, and absence management and talent management. Sorry for that. And these are all the modules which are under Oracle Fusion Human Capital Management. Along with that, we are having Oracle iRecruitment. Oracle iRecruitment will integrate with social networking sites, something like Google, something like Naukri, Times Jobs, and all these social networking sites. And they will pick up the profiles, and the Oracle itself will pick up the profiles from those social networking site, and will select a candidate, and the entire from candidate to hiring process, entire process will be taken care by Oracle, which is in development process. Okay, that will replace with talent management going forward. Okay, that takes a time. That will take some 3 or 4 years of time. By year 2023, that will come into place. Up to that, we can use talent management. After that, we need to go for Oracle iRecruitment. Okay, and I didn't talk about global payroll interface. That I will talk here. Global payroll interface is nothing but some coexistence model. What is this coexistence model? I already said that in global payroll, Oracle itself will run the payroll for the employees. Whereas in global payroll interface, Oracle will not run the payroll. Oracle will give the support to run the payroll. In order to run the payroll, we should have all the information like workforce directed information. Like we should be having all the workers information. What is the job? What is the job that particular person is working in? What is the location? What is the legislative data group? All those things should be available in Oracle. Oracle will send some data to other third-party server, other third-party application like PeopleSoft or EBS or JD Edwards, some third-party application. Oracle Fusion will send the data to this third-party application. They will take care of the payroll activities, payroll and other time and labor and other benefit related activities. That is nothing but payroll interface. Here, Oracle will not run the payroll for the employees. Oracle will give the data to other third-party applications in order to run the payroll in that particular application. Okay, that is nothing coexistence model. Here, Oracle will not take care of running the payroll. Okay, and these are some of the benefits by using Oracle Fusion Cloud when compared with Oracle EBS. Adaptability. See here, what's adaptability? If we want to run the some particular concurrent program or some particular program in EBS, we need to install everything. We need to install Java. We need to have uh, TNS server. We need to have everything in EBS in order to run the application with respect to EBS. Okay, but for Fusion Cloud, adaptability is very simple. We should be having one username and password and URL. If you're having URL, username and password, you can log into that. You can run any program. Adaptability is very convenient when compared to EBS. Okay, not only with EBS. If you compare with PeopleSoft also, if you compare with some other third-party application that requires Java, that may require some other third-party technical tools in order to do that. If you want to migrate something from one application to other application, to higher application from dev 1 to dev 2, in EBS you should write some Unix commands. You should be having some WinSCP server and everything. But in Fusion Cloud, we don't need all those things. We can do the migration in 1 or 2 clicks itself. Okay, I'll talk about everything in detail. And the implementation time, you all know that for implementing EBS, if it is having some 4 or 5 modules like global, something like core HR, payroll, and benefits, it will take some 1 year of time in order to implement that. Whereas in Fusion Cloud, it can be implemented in some 4 or 5 months itself. If we are having 3 modules, that can be implemented in 4 or 5 months. The implementation time was almost half in Fusion HCM when compared with EBS or else with any other software. And duplication of work is also very minimal. Why? Because if you create an extract, in order to create that extract, if you want to create a duplicate extract, it takes 1 minute of time. Whereas if you want to do the same duplication in EBS, it takes so much of time, and at the same time, the duplication of work is also minimized. We don't need to create one more time. We can reusability is very convenient in Fusion HCM Cloud when compared with EBS. I already said about data migration, and you can able to see social network integration. In Oracle iRecruitment, it were involved with social networking sites, something like Naukris, TimesJob, and other job portals in order to get the profiles. And even now also, the Oracle Fusion HCM page is something like social networking page, something like Facebook page. If you had a look here, as of now, I was logged into some implementation user. That's the reason I was unable to see any picture here. If you log in as an employee, you can able to see the employee picture, employee details, and everything as you see in the social networking page or in something like Facebook page. And you can able to have live analytics and reporting tools. Okay, you can have reporting in live. What it means, whenever you create any employee in the application, you can able to see the same thing in the reporting instantaneously. I mean, at the same time, you can have a look in the report itself. Okay? These are all the feasibilities, adaptabilities with respect to Fusion Cloud and compared with Oracle, when compared with Oracle EBS or with any other softwares. Okay? And what Fusion Cloud modules here is core HR as well as payroll as well as absence management. Coming to, these are all the functional modules I'm going to cover here. Coming to technical concepts, in any software, there will be only two types of works. One is for data sending. Data sending is nothing but data. If you want, first of all, you need to get retrieve the data. Data retrieving should be there, and we'll send the data to some third-party server. And the other thing is, prior to data retrieving, there should be some data loading. In any software, in any database related software, we'll be having two works. One is data loading and another one is data retrieving. That might be in the form of reports, that might be in the form of extracts, that might be form of NoTB reports. Okay, I'll talk about the different types of technical concepts with respect to Oracle Fusion HCM. Coming to data loading, we are having three types of loaders: HCM data loader, spreadsheet data loader, payroll batch loader. These are all the technical concepts with respect to HCM data loader. I will give some real-time scenarios with data loading. Okay, real-time scenarios in the sense, how will you update a particular employee? Okay, everybody will show how to configure, how to load workforce stretches data, something like jobs, location, positions, departments. They will load the data, but they will not show how to update the data. I'll show how to update the data in detail. Okay, we will update some employees also if time permits, and I will show some five or six components when loading the data. Okay, coming to uh, reports, data retrieving part, we'll be having HCM extracts, we'll be having OTB reports, along with that we'll be having BI reports. I'll talk about in HCM extracts, I will talk about different types of extracts with respect to global HR, with respect to payroll, if time permits, with respect to benefits also. Okay, and I will show you what are the different types of user entities available with respect to different modules. Okay, I will cover user change full profile extracts. At the same time, I will cover changes only extracts. Okay, and we'll be
Hi,
having different.
Shanmugh. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
please.
This is Sri.
Yeah, yeah, please.
So when you say that, like, functional modules and also technical concepts, so the training will be more on a technical developer, or are we gonna get a training on the functional consultant?
See here. I'm sorry. On which platform are you working? Can you please let me
No,
know?
the thing is, the training will be more concentrating on pure technical development or functional consultant role.
Yeah, see here, in Oracle Fusion, a person who is working as a functional guy should be known how to load the data also. He should know some technical aspects also. Why? Because if you consider Oracle EBS, in order to load the data, we need to write the code. Okay. Whereas in Oracle Fusion HCM, in order to load the data, we don't need to write the code. We should know the process. Okay.
Okay.
Even
So
a functional,
overall, the training
yeah,
will
it's
be like
something like techno-functional.
okay,
Okay.
techno-function. Okay.
Why techno-functional is a functional guy should know how to load the data also. In order to load the data, you should know the process. If any errors are coming, we need to know, a functional guy should know how to rectify the errors also. Okay, since that doesn't involve any coding, any coding will not be there for loading the data also. That's the reason we should know.
Okay.
Uh, a person should know how to load the data along with the functional knowledge. I'm getting so much noise from somebody else.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm Geeta here. I'm basically this. I'm a technical consultant in EBS. So I
Okay.
want to know like offer like functional is like 20% only. I know functional things.
Mm-hmm.
So how? So it will be like it will be more helpful for me, right? Like you will be going all functional things.
Yeah. Functionally, I will explain very clearly with respect to global HR, payroll, and absence management. I will say each and every column available in the page. I'll talk about each and every column in the available in the page, which is very mandatory. Okay.
Okay, and also like
Functionally, it will
you'll
be very good.
sorry.
Functionally, it will be very helpful for you, sure, for sure.
Yeah, that's what because I'm basically technical only. Functional is very less for me. And also, I wanted to check like you'll give some projects or like a hands-on will be there where you'll
Uh,
assist like end to end some project kind because we need like at least implementation knowledge so that
yeah,
if you
see
apply
here.
for job.
Yeah, see here. What I will do, right? Once if I
Mm,
set the on a particular day, I'll give some work for you. Try to do the work. Okay. Once
mm,
all the setups are completed for global HR, I will give you a
mm,
small scenario to you how to
mm,
configure
mm.
global HR for a particular company.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's
If you want to get a real-time experience, we need to complete the
yeah.
work. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that we'll be like in a position to tell that we are able to, if any, because anywhere you'll apply for job or something, they'll ask like, do you have any implementation experience?
Correct.
So for
Correct.
us, yeah, it is first time. So at least we should be confident enough to tell, yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. I understand. That's correct.
Yeah. Okay, then fine then.
Yeah. Fine. Can you please mute yourself, Geeta? Thank you. Yeah, see here. Let me talk about what all the things we'll be covering. With respect to HCM extracts, I will try to cover all the technical aspects with respect to HCM extracts. Changes only files will be there, full profile files will be there. Even we'll be having some inbound interface. There will be some automations will be there. If time permits, I'll talk about the automations also with respect to HCM extracts. And with respect to BA reports, I will talk about how to create a BA publisher report, and I will let you know how to do bursting, and we'll be having some triggers also. If time permits, I'll talk about triggers. We'll be having only one type of trigger in Oracle Fusion HCM. We will not have all the types of triggers. I mean, in Oracle EBS, we are having 3 or 4 types of triggers, but in Oracle Fusion HCM, we are having only one type of trigger, something like format trigger. I'll talk about those things. Not format trigger, some other trigger is there. I'll talk about those things with respect to BA publisher reports. I'll talk about BA bursting also with respect to BA reports. In OTB reports, I'll give the full picture of OTB report. I'll let you know how to create a dashboard and how to create a particular OTB report and everything in detail. We'll be having so many concepts in OTB with respect to OTBA. I'll talk everything in detail. Okay. Uh, Coming to fast formulas, I'll try to cover fast formulas with respect to absence management and payroll. Okay. I will not touch any fast formulas with respect to benefits or with respect to any other. With respect to fast formulas, I will let you know how to create formula, and I will give the entire structure, and I'll give the basic idea how to create a fast formula, and then I will try to explain how to create fast formula for payroll module as well as absence management module. If you consider absence management module itself, there are 16 types of fast formulas. Okay, whenever you create a fast formula, we have to follow a specific process. Okay, based upon the type of fast formula. If you consider accrual rule fast formula, it will be the written variables are different. Okay, the fast formula syntax is common, but written variables and what are all the contexts used, those will be different. Okay, I'll talk about the different terminologies with respect to fast formulas, everything in detail going forward. Okay, I'll talk about fast formulas with respect to absence management and payroll. I will not cover any other modules. We'll use fast formulas and
And
absence management.
also, I'm sorry, and also, do we really require to query any tables, or do we really require any SQL knowledge?
For creating fast formula, you don't require any SQL knowledge, but it is better to know that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Why? Because it's better to know that, because there will be some common functions which we are going to use in fast formulas. Okay. Those functions
Okay.
already be there in SQL. Okay. If you know those functions, it is pretty enough.
Okay.
That's it. And coming to personalization, I will not talk about much about personalization, but I will give how will you do personalization. I will give some 3 or 4 scenarios. Okay, what you do in personalization with respect. We will not do much personalization. If you go for Oracle EBS, we can do so much personalization, but we can't do that much of personalization in Oracle Fusion HCM. That is for sure. Okay, what we can do is little bit of customizations. We can't do much more of personalizations on Oracle Fusion HCM. But anyway, I will let you know how what up to what actions you can do, and I will give some 2 3 major scenarios. Okay, which will be very useful in real time. Okay,
Okay.
coming, and this is the first page you'll be able to see. This is how we look the page once you log into the application. I already show you the application. Once you log into the application, somebody sends a message. Okay. Once you log into the application resembles like this. Okay. I said that I will be going to create one user. Okay. That I will create. See here, I'm not just concentrating on the navigation. Just follow me. Once if you can, I will talk about each and every icon appearing here. And this is nothing but a notifications tab, and this is home tab, and these are something like Spring. This is the entire thing is something like Springboard, and these called are infolets. I'll talk about these things in detail. And this is something like navigator pane. In this, you just need to come for tools. Let me create one person, one user. Under tools, you need to come for security console. And once you come to security console, throw some warning message. I'll talk about those things in security. Just come for users tab, add user account. Okay, and there will be 2 types of users. One is none, and another one is worker. Worker, if you want to create a user for already existing employee, then you will select worker. Okay, or else you can select none. Let me say some name. Let it be something like Chaitanya. Something like Reddy. Once if we give the first name and last name, username will automatically populated. That was the setup done in the administration. We can modify the username creation, but as of now, as per my client standards, the username will be first name dot last name. That's the reason it came automatically once if you give the first name and last name. Okay, if you modify this also, it will be modified. Password can be something. I'm just clicking save and close. I have created a user, but I'm not adding any roles to the user. I already said that Oracle Fusion HCM supports role-based model, RBAC model, role-based access security model. Okay, I didn't add any roles. Without adding any roles, if you log in into the user, how it resembles, we'll have a look. I'm just creating a user and clicking save and close. Then let me log into the application. I'm just logging into Chaitanya Reddy, the same URL, eigxdev2 dot something. That page was remain alone for longer time. That's the reason it. You see here. Once you log into the application, you can able to see his name with short name CR. And if you go inside, you can able to see, if you hover your mouse on this particular CR, you can able to see the login name Chaitanya Reddy 1. Okay, and what are all the things he can able to access? Okay, he can see he is not having any rows. That's the reason he was unable to access anything here. Okay, let me add some rows to this user and let's see the impact to him. See how to add the roles is just check for the user, click on the user. In order to add roles, click on edit and now click on add roles. What are the important roles here is, let me add some human resource manager. Add role membership. Once if I click on add, that role was added in the background. I want to add few more roles also. Human resource manager, human resource analyst. Okay, once I click on add role membership, that was added in the background. Let me check. Yeah. Along with that, you'll be having human resource specialist. I have added 3 roles. Click on done. I have added 3 rows to the employee and clicking save and close. Click on done. Let's see the change into the changes happened to this person. Previously, I was able to see some work set preferences and work list. Now you are able to see some more options. And if you click on home button, sometimes it takes some time in order to get reflected. I just want to log out and log in. Yeah, see here. Now all the things as a human resource manager, he should be capable enough in order to create a new person. He should be capable enough to see the all the employees in the organization. He should be capable enough in order to register the absences for an employee. Those all things should come into picture. Okay, as I have added these 3 roles to this person: human resource manager, sorry, human resource analyst, manager, and specialist. By adding these 3 roles, a person can be capable enough. What are all the things a human resource manager can do? Those all things can be done by those all things can be able to do by this person, Chaitanya Reddy 1. Okay, previously there are no those many options are not there. My client groups is not there, benefit administration is not there, tools are not there. We're having only some under tools, we're having some set preferences and work list. Now I'm able to see report analytics, schedule process, file import and export, and along with that my client groups, he can do the person management, absences, performance management, everything as a human resource manager. Yeah, this is one of the basic setup. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. For this, I just want to conclude it for today. If you're having any questions, please let me know. I just want to make familiar with the application, and I just want to make sure how to create a user in the application. That's what I have done today. And we need to talk so many other things going forward with respect to global HR itself. That's it for today. If any questions, please let me know, or else we'll find. If anybody interested, please contact Prakash and let me. We'll talk forward and go forward. That's it for today.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. I'm just closing the session.